Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 14, text number 8 and 9. Aho vayataha praptam lokasya vyasanam mahat Dharuni ubayato dipte Ivataskara Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. When the great sages consulted one another, they saw that the people were in dangerous position from both directions. When a fire blazes on both ends of a log, the ants in the middle are in a very dangerous situation. Similarly, at that time, the people in general were in a dangerous position due to an irresponsible king on one side and thieves and rogues on the other side. Text 9. Arajaka bhayadesha krito rajat tadarhanaha tato api asid bhayam tu adya katham syat swasti dehinam. Thinking to save the state from the irregularity, the sages began to consider that it was due to a political crisis that they made Vena king, although he was not qualified. But alas, now the people were being disturbed by the king himself. Under such circumstances, how could the people be happy? Purport. In Bhagavad Gita, it is stated that even in the renounced order, one should not give up sacrifice, charity, and penance. The brahmacharis must perform sacrifices, the grahasthas must give in charity, and those in the renounced order must practice penance and austerities. These are the procedures by which everyone can be elevated to the spiritual platform. When the sages and saintly persons saw that King Vena had stopped all these functions, they became concerned about the people's progress. Saintly persons preach God consciousness or Krishna consciousness because they are anxious to save the general populace from the dangers of animalistic life. There must be a good government to see that the citizens are actually executing their religious rituals, and thieves and rogues must be curbed. When this is done, the people can advance peacefully in spiritual consciousness and make their lives successful. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. So, we saw yesterday how the sages, they assembled together, discussed the cruel, atrocious activities of King Vena, and realized that the world was in danger. And they consulted one another. They said here that they considered the situation like the situation of ants on a piece of wooden log which is on fire from the both ends. So the sages also realized in the same manner the world was in great danger. One side, because of the rogues and thieves, whose principle is only might is right, and the stronger will swallow, exploit the weaker. The reality is that different jivas, from animals to humans, have different strengths, different weaknesses. So unless there is a ruler who gives protection of fairness to all living entities, giving them or facilitating the peaceful existence of both the weak and the strong. If the strong exercises his strength beyond the principles of dharma for his own self-satisfaction, to exploit the weaker ones, then the king had all the powers. King is a powerful person. Power is vested in a king in order to do justice and in order to ensure that the world runs according to the principles of dharma that the Lord has designed the material world to deliver the purpose for which He has created this material world. Only if the principles of dharma are followed or is implemented or is enforced by a kshatriya, a king, kshatriya king, the material world also will not deliver what it is designed to deliver. What is the material world designed to deliver? As we discussed, this material world is a system. A system has a purpose. A system has a designer of the system. And that is what we learn from the scriptures. And that is what is called jnana. Jnana means what is the mind of the Lord in creating this system. Jnana means what is this system? We all are aware that without a system, nothing works in the material world also. Everywhere there is a system. A system means many parts come together, they work together cooperatively in order to deliver the result of that system. Man is not isolated. You cannot live isolated. One needs the eyes of knowledge or the eyes of intelligence to see everything with the eyes of systems intelligence. That is knowledge. What do we get by reading Bhagavatam, understanding all these things? We have to see everything with the systems intelligence. What is this material world created for? What is the role of each living entity? When does the system break down? All this is called jnana. And when there is a perverted perception of the system, like how the karmis see this material world is only meant for exploiting, for sense gratification, then there is trouble in the system. There is short circuit in the system. There is no peace. There is no happiness. There is war. There is natural calamities. Because the system is broken. And it is so important. Only a king can keep the big system together, because that much power he needs. Just like a government can keep the system together of every family in this Bangalore city or Karnataka is a system, a people system. But that each people system has to cooperate with the bigger system, the state laws. These are all truths, not desirables or anything. This is a way in which everywhere there is a system. So we need to see everything with systems intelligence. Not see dharmic truths. Only through the descending process of knowledge we understand what is the purpose of human society. Otherwise we cannot. Because purpose of human society, it is a beyond our tiny knowledge. I may be able to study the systems of this mobile. That is also so difficult. So much knowledge is gone into it. Okay, I just use it. So one does not have to know everything, but the Brahmana and the Kshatriya has to know. All the others, they can simply use the mobile. That they have to live their life as per the principles of Dharma. So Brahmana's duty is actually to know from the descending process, by accessing to the perfect source through Guru Parampara. There is a system to know. That system is called Guru Parampara. There is a system, just see. Even to get knowledge, there is a system. To take association of the holy name, Nama Avatara, there is a system. To worship the deities, there is a system, Pancharatrika, system. Just see, if we align with the system, we get the best results. Simply without aligning with the system, if you want to be successful in life, you have to align with the system. If you want to be successful in eternal life, you have to align yourself with the principles of Dharma, the system set by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and align with the Guru Parampara. Then, that is what it is said. As it is, it should be delivered. Guru Parampara. One has to respect. Once, as I explained, we should learn how to practice seeing this world through systems intelligence, transcendental intelligence. You see this table, modern science, okay, I am studying this table. Just study the table. But actually, table is on the This small table is on the platform. Platform is on the ground. Ground is part of the earth. So how can you study the truth of this without studying the platform, without studying everything? So modern science has this kind of a truncated perception. Studies small systems, but not the total system. Because they cannot. Total system is incomprehensible for our tiny minds. Whereas one who is trained in the scriptures, his perception is based, everything is based upon what is the Krishna's system. Just like you see people as bodies, that is default way of seeing. Animals see like that. Those who are received knowledge from Bhagavad Gita, they see the system different. Yantra ruddhani maya. This body is made up of 8 elements. This material yantra is made up of 8 elements. And the spirit person is inside the body. So what is the purpose? Why the living entity is stuck in this body? All the things we learn, we see the world with the eyes of Shastras, Shastra Chakshus. And Shastra Chakshus means systems intelligence. Absolute systems intelligence. We are all conditioned to see objects in this material world. Because that is the perceive objects. Those who are in Tamoguna, they perceive objects. Those who are in Sattoguna, wherever they see, they perceive system. They see the body, they perceive system. They see a man, they perceive the system. They see a woman, they perceive the system. Because there is a purpose for each system. They see the system with the purpose, with the absolute purpose. And that is perception freed from illusion. When we see objects, we see everybody as a body. That is continuing to see in illusion. That's not the full truth. Full truth is given in Bhagavad Gita. What is this system? What is the purpose of this system? So we should train our mind how to see everything from the eyes of the scriptures. And why from the scriptures? Because Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, through Guru Parampara, this knowledge has come. And that knowledge is, if I follow the principles, if I follow my actions as I am supposed to contribute within the system, I will be happy. Just like if you see this temple, it's a system. Each one of us are all living in a system. We cannot be isolated. We are not cannot be self-centered. The more self-centered we become, then we distance away from the benefits of the system. Everyone does their job, their roles. There is a discipline in the system. Some people don't like system. Not liking system means what? Whatever in my mind comes, nobody should regulate me. I should do what I want. Is it not? Where is that easily available? In animal life. That means those who do not want the system, they're not very intelligent. If they align with the system, they are to be benefited. If you don't align with the system, then you are foolish. That means you have no control of your mind, and whatever you are within the system, but you have no control of the mind, don't want to align with the system, you will run into trouble and give trouble to others also. That is why administration is required. A king is required. In people systems, the society, human society is a people system. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, the absolute divisions of labor, absolute divisions of spiritual statuses, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Brahmachari, Grahastha, Sannyasi, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi. Prabhupada starts this purport by saying that it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that even in the renounced order one should not give up sacrifice, charity and penance, yajna, dhana and tapa. The brahmacharis must perform sacrifices, grahastha must give in charity, those in renounced order must practice penance and austerities. So these are all the injunctions for each status of life. These injunctions are for our own self-benefit, to achieve the purpose of being born in a human form of life. Yajna, dana, tapa should be performed to come out of the bodily concept of life, to get detached from the body, get detached from the self-centered concept of life, to come to the God-centered concept of life. False ego-centered experiences to God-centered bhakti rasa. The material world, everybody is after false ego-centered experiences. I am important, my enjoyment is important, my satisfaction is important, my life is important, I. Whereas an evolved, spiritually evolved soul, that means he is nearer to his original soul's attitude. Soul's attitude is Krishna consciousness. Krishna means infinite, expansive consciousness. Because Krishna is infinite. Krishna is the root of everything. He is the source of everything. So, as we evolve, what is our original designation? Awakened consciousness. I am an eternal servant of Krishna. That is my original identity. That means I am part of an infinite system, and I can have a personal relationship with the Lord. So basically here is a situation where King Vena became a big problem for the society because he was not acting as per the duties of a king, but he was dushkritina. He was engaged in activities which are completely contrary to what is a role to be played by a king, to keep himself, for himself to spiritually evolve and to facilitate everybody else in the kingdom to evolve. Just like it is so much intelligence is created to create an organization. Just like Srila Prabhupada created the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. He created an organization. Organization means what should be done, what should not be done, what are rights of different people. It's all completely from the spiritual world to create a spiritual organization. Today we are following that. We have any doubt, we go and see what Prabhupada said. Thousands of letters he wrote. Why did he write so many letters to so many? He has created a system. A system where living entities can surrender to Krishna and get Krishna prema. So much spiritual intelligence from Krishna. Therefore, Prabhupada said, this is Vaikuntha. And if somebody does not follow this system, then he will feel experience of material world, even inside. And the system will eject. If my finger does not cooperate, any part of the body does not cooperate, non-functional, slowly it will die. No blood will go there, it will die. It has to be functioning. And if you want to again give life to it, what do? Physiotherapy. Make it functional. You teach this finger. People who get paralysis, physiotherapists go, one side is not moving. Then they slowly do this one by one, every day, like this. So devotional service in practice, sadhana bhakti is like that. We are engaging in serving the Lord. We don't have that original bhakti. Okay, we do service, but that devotional part of it is slowly developing. Somebody from outside is moving your finger up and down, still in physiotherapy stage. The real blood itself is not going and moving. Similarly, in sadhana bhakti, our original bhakti devotion has not awakened. So it is called devotional service in practice, sadhana bhakti. And then by practice, when it is awakened, when all the blood starts flowing, is called raganuga bhakti. It becomes fitted back into the system normally. So this is knowledge, real jnana. As Prabhupada yesterday in the purport also he said, world is reality, world is a system set by the Lord, and we understand that system because we are associated with the Guru Parampara system. Let me read out something, how Prabhupada is also talks about this concept about a machine. Machine is a system. Just like we are broadcasting this information all over the world, that everyone should become Krishna conscious. So in spite of this knowledge, broadcast of this knowledge, if a person does not take advantage of this movement, then it is to be understood that knowingly is drinking poison. Janiya, Suniya, Visha, Khaino. So why is it so important? Golokara Premadana. Because it is coming from Goloka Vrindavana. This transcendental sound, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, they are coming from Goloka Vrindavana. Just like you receive through radio machine news from distant place, thousands and thousands of miles away. Now the instruments have improved. They are trying to get information from other planets also. That's nice. But there is another machine which can give you information of Goloka Vrindavana. That machine is not yet manufactured by the material scientist. But there is a machine. What is that machine? That machine is Guru Parampara. Just see systems thinking. Prabhupada is talking. Guru Parampara is called it as a machine, is a system. Means the essence is, it's a system. If you want something from the system, then you have to align with the system, you will get it. So you want real knowledge, absolute knowledge, then you will get it. Evam parampara praptam, evam rajarsya. How scientific, see how Acharya's mind is perceiving even Guru Parampara as a system. The entire existence, different systems are running. That is Krishna's, creation. If you receive message by Guru Parampara, the first Guru is Krishna, next Guru is Lord Brahma, next Guru is Narada, next Guru is Vyasadeva, next Guru is Madhvacharya, so many others, and their branches. In this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then the Goswamis, then Srinivasa Acharya, Narottam Das Thakur. In this way, the parampara is coming. So this is the mission. How can I understand the mission is correct? Yes, it is correct. How is it correct? You can corroborate. The Bhagavad Gita says the original mission, Krishna. Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja. So the same message is being broadcasted in Krishna consciousness movement. What are we speaking? We are speaking, give up everything, just surrender to Krishna. He is not that the same mission. If you keep the words, the vibration of the mission, the same, then it is the same mission. You get the correct information. Krishna is speaking about himself, about his abode, about the spiritual world, the activities. Krishna is speaking everything in Srimad Bhagavatam, in Bhagavad Gita. We don't require to change unnecessarily. If we present the same thing as it is, as we are presenting Bhagavad Gita as it is, then the machine is there. You can get all the information. There is no difficulty. Just like you are getting by the present machine, radio machine, the message from far distant place. Similarly, you can get all the information of the spiritual world by proper mission. The Bhagavad Gita received through parampara, disciplic succession of the bona fide spiritual masters. It is not difficult. So Sanatana Goswami is receiving the message of the spiritual world through the exigency of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. Chaitanya Charitamrita is there. If you study scrutinizingly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings to Sanatana Goswami, then you will also get the mission. That means you will link up with the Guru Parampara system. Prabhupada is trying to convey that when he says mission, he said that you have to know that you have to align with the system. And these are all divine systems. For aligning with the system, you have to know what is the system. It is not difficult. However, to handle properly the mission that is being taught by example, personal example by Sanatana Goswami, that is approaching Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very humbly. He is not proud of his past position, that he was a minister, he was a moneyed man, rich man, born of Brahmana family and so on. He is humbly presenting himself, I am the most fallen, I am most fallen. So I never knew the actual goal of my life. I do not know what is beneficial to me. That is a position of everyone. Srila Prabhupada ki. Any questions? So we have to see the world. We should not see the objects in the world. We should see the objects within a system as coming from the disciplic succession. More and more tamasic one is, he will see only objects, isolated objects. More and more sattvic one is, you see a person's body, you see its system, he is part of material world. What is the purpose of the soul in that body? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु शील प्रभुपाद की जय।